Yeah, this is a really important course, I think, for any student who is here at SICE and certainly anyone in strategic studies, called the human face of battle. And the intent is to provide the students who participate in the course an opportunity to understand what U.S. troops, Marines, soldiers, sailors, and airmen as well, and special operators go through when we ask them to deploy overseas and fight. And we look primarily at the 20th century and the current wars that are ongoing right now, and we delve into topics like casualties in the units and how units deal with death and wounded on the battlefield, the impact of having to kill other human beings out there on the battlefield. We talk about war in the air and war at sea, some of the challenges that we face now with generalship at war on more of a strategic level, and look at a variety of other topics and bring it up to date with kind of civil-military relations at the end. So it's kind of a comprehensive look at all of the challenges associated with fighting modern wars. And the students who come, whether they're a military background or non-military background, I think get the opportunity to reflect a lot more deeply than they would in any other setting about the demands on soldiers, airmen, Marines, sailors out there that are actually going to war and fighting, that are carrying the war to the enemy, looking at a bit of history and looking at a bit of current events. Well, I spent 30 years in the Army as a infantry officer in special operations for a good chunk of that with Ranger battalions. Many lessons, of course, as you would expect over that period of time. I think over the latter part of my career, probably some of the biggest lessons were the importance of building personal relationships with people that are outside of the military. Particularly if you're a theater commander in our current wars, which I did for about 19 months in Afghanistan. The necessity of being able to connect with and have relationships with and build a mutual trust and understanding with everyone from people in another government, such as the government of Afghanistan in my case, to our allies in NATO and other coalition partners out in the region, to building those kind of partnerships back here in Washington with members of Congress on Capitol Hill, with other civilian leaders in the Pentagon, with members of the State Department, which was part of my challenge both in theater, where I was closely connected with the U.S. Embassy and our ambassador there, and back here in the U.S. at the senior State Department level. So your military career, for the most part, keeps you around people in uniform, week after week, month after month, year after year. And only when you get at the more senior levels, oftentimes you find that your responsibilities are much broader than just leading people inside the military. And so having the ability to build relationships and make connections with and build that trust and confidence with all of the people that are effectively your stakeholders was a big lesson I learned at the end of my career, certainly. And I thought I got pretty effective at it before I finished up.